Bereshit, chapter 1. In beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Ruach of Elohim was hovering over the face of the waters. Then Elohim said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And Elohim saw the light that it was good, and Elohim divided the light from the darkness. Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then Elohim said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Elohim called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Then Elohim said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. Then Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Then Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. Then Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Elohim set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Then Elohim said, "The waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So Elohim created great sea creatures, and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth, each according to its kind." And it was so. And Elohim made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. Then Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim he created him. Male and female he created them. Then Elohim blessed them, and Elohim said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And Elohim said, "See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food. Also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food." And it was so. Then Elohim saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the hosts of them were finished. And on the seventh day Elohim ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which Elohim had created and made. This is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that Yehova Elohim made the earth and the heavens, before any plant of the field was in the earth, and before any herb of the field had grown. For Yehova Elohim had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yehova Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. Yehova Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground Yehova Elohim made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it parted and became 4 river heads. The name of the first is Pishon. It is the one which skirts the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Bdellium and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one which goes around the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Hiddekel. It is the one which goes toward the east of Assyria. The fourth river is the Euphrates. Then Yehova Elohim took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to tend and keep it. And Yehova Elohim commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it you shall surely die. And Yehova Elohim said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Out of the ground Yehova Elohim formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was its name. So Adam gave name to all cattle, to the birds of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper comparable to him. And Yehova Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which Yehova Elohim had taken for man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which Yehova Elohim had made. And he said to the woman, Has Elohim indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall ye touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, You will not surely die, for Elohim knows that in the day you eat of it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like Elohim, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of Yehova Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yehova Elohim among the trees of the garden. Then Yehova Elohim called to Adam and said to him,
Where are you?"
So he said, "I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." And he said,
"Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat?"
Then the man said, "The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree and I ate." And Yahweh said to the woman,
"What is this you have done?"
The woman said, "The serpent deceived me and I ate." So Yahweh Elohim said to the serpent,
"Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle, and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel."
To the woman he said,
"I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain shall you bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you."
Then to Adam he said,
"Because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, 'You shall not eat of it,' cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return."
And Adam called his wife's name Yisrael, because she was the mother of all living. Also for Adam and his wife, Yahweh Elohim made tunics of skin and clothed them. Then Yahweh Elohim said,
"Behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever."
Therefore, Yahweh Elohim sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. Now Adam knew Yissaschar his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, and said, "I have acquired a man from Yah." Then she bore again, this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to Yahweh. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And Yahweh respected Abel in his offering, but he did not respect Cain in his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. So Yahweh said to Cain,
"Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you shall rule over it."
Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. Then Yahweh said to Cain,
"Where is Abel your brother?"
He said, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And he said,
"What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth."
And Cain said to Yahweh, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be as a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me." And Yahweh said to him,
"Therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold."
And Yahweh set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. Then Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methushael, and Methushael begot Lamech. Then Lamech took for himself 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the second was Zillah. And Adah bore Yavol. He was the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. His brother's name was Yubal. He was the father of all those who play the harp and flute. And as for Zillah, she bore also Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every craftsman in bronze and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Then Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice. Wives of Lamech, listen to my speech. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. If Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, then Lamech 77-fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son and named him Set. For Elohim has appointed another seed for me instead of Abel, whom Cain killed. And as for Set, to him also a son was born, and he named him Enosh. Then began men to call upon the name of Yahweh. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. And the day that Elohim created man, he made him in the likeness of Elohim. He created them male and female, and blessed them, and called them Adam, or mankind, in the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Shet. After he begot Shet, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. All the days that Adam lived were 930 years. Then he died. Shet lived 105 years, and became the father of Enosh. Shet lived after he became the father of Enosh 807 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Shet were 912 years, and he died. Enosh lived 90 years, and begot Canaan. Enosh lived after he became the father of Canaan 815 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. Canaan lived 70 years, and became the father of Mahalalel. Canaan lived after he became the father of Mahalalel 840 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years, and became the father of Yered. Mahalalel lived after he became the father of Yered 830 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. Yered lived 162 years, and became the father of Hanok. Yered lived after he became the father of Hanok 800 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Yered were 962 years, and he died. Hanok lived 65 years, and became the father of Methushalah. Hanok walked with Elohim after he became the father of Methushalah 300 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. So all the days of Hanok were 365 years, and Hanok walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him. Methushalah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech. Methushalah lived after he became the father of Lamech 782 years, and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Methushalah were 969 years, and he died. Lamech lived 182 years, and became the father of a son, and he named him Noah, saying, This one will comfort us concerning our work, and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yahweh has cursed. After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years, and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech
was 777 years, and he died. And Noach was 500 years old, and Noach begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And Yisrael said,
My spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
The Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after those, when the sons of Elohim came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These same were the mighty men of old, who were of renown. Then Yisrael saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yisrael was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So Yisrael said,
I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them.
But Noach found favor in the eyes of Yisrael.